Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Good Monday evening, race fans. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, and live coverage of the Fitzz Automotive Truck Series, presented by Midwest Barbecue Equipment. Monday Night Thunder for the Dirt Digital Sim Racing League. 18 drivers have checked in for tonight's action. They have been in happy hour for quite some time now, about an hour and 15-ish minutes. And we have seen some very quick times get put down by some of these guys. First of 3 consecutive nights as per normal. We're here at New Hampshire tonight. Tomorrow night, Timber Creek Homes of Southwest Florida, presented by Beef O'Brady's Stock Car Series. Well, they take off, and they are headed for Chi-Town up in Chicago, Chicagoland Speedway. Night race should be a fun one. And then Midwest Truck Series on Wednesday again. They had a great race at Texas last week. They're going to go and tee it up again this Wednesday night. So 3 great nights. You're going to see a lot of the same names every single night. So if you haven't already, like, share, and follow on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo. You'll know every time we go live. Hello, Jennifer. Welcome in. Lots and lots and lots going on. Boys are starting to already put things together for next season's schedule for all of these series. Look at a couple of our drivers in here. Winner this season already. There's the 7 truck of Austin DeMoore. Missed last week's race because of weather. They got a pile of snow. And I mean a pile. I mean, they got feet of snow. And he was out moving snow so people could get around and do things in his community. And we applaud him for doing that job. Very good to see that young man doing that stuff. I am not sure. There's old J.C. Schaff in the 14 truck. Brandon Steele. Oh, Brandon Steele backing it up to the infield. His passenger wanted a hot dog. There's a hot dog stand right there. Passenger wanted a hot dog, so he was backing them in so they could get it right through the window. Hello, Jane Vinny. This is old John Fall. We see John. Pert regular. He shows up about every week. He comes and has a lot of fun. Hey, Cody Terry. Ariana and Sarah. All right. Well, shout out to them. Did you have to pay them to come and hang out? It's just a question, man. I'm not in. Maybe I am being judgmental. I don't know. Miss you, buddy. Hope everything's going good for you. The Hams Bear guy. Right there. The 204, Ryan Campbell. In the house tonight, running some laps. We got the Midwest Truck Series Gigolo, Brock Bigelow. That 27 truck. Uh-oh, practice is over. That means qualifying time. well, yeah, those are nervous laughs. They're not because it's funny. They're nervous laughs. That's what those are. I'm just saying. All right, let's watch a couple of these drivers. Our top 5 are going to the back. Austin Semmelman is one of those. Adam Vinny is one of those. Brock Bigelow is one of those. Seth Wansing is one of those. And Austin DeMoore is. So all 5 of the 5 at the back. And we're watching Brock Bigelow right here. Birthday was good. We had a blast, man. I did a lot of work at the lake house, and we had a big party on the deck, and we had a lot of fun. It was a great time. Really was. Austin DeMoore out here getting him a little queue time in. We'll see what he puts up for a lap. He's going to be one of the first ones to post time here. He and probably Brant. No. Oh, he is in trouble. So he is going to have to reset that. He loses a lap. Here's the G-Body, Garrett Boyd. That new Dodge Ram that he just rolled out of the paint booth. Hopefully the paint will stick on it. Austin Semmelman? Is that who you're rooting for? He's third in the points right now. 30 or 31 back, something like that. Maybe 32. Kevin Spalding with a 30.07 to set the pace, and there is a 30.070 instead of a 30.072 from Seth Wansing. Kevin Spalding, 29.90. So let's watch Wansing's second lap. He went 29.65 in practice earlier in qualifying trim. This time by 29.93. Not quite quick enough to grab the pole. DeMoore, 30.02. Austin Semmelman out here. First lap by. Might have touched the fence. He may not get time. He did get time. 30:47 for lap 1 for Semmelman. Kevin Spaulding, 29:90. Good lap, Kevin. He's got a pole earlier this season. He may have his second. Adam Vinny doesn't knock him off. Semmelman, big wiggle. That probably hurt him. 30 flat. Fourth quick. Garrett Boyd on his second lap jumps all the way to fourth. Adam Vinny. Well, we had Adam Vinny. There he is. He's coming to complete lap number 1. We'll see what he's got in the truck. Adam Vinny was 11th quick at a 30:24. So Wansing, Semmelman, Boyd, and DeMoore all in the top 5 in qualifying. They're in the top 5 in points. Brian Cross jumps to the top. He's 4th quick. 30:00 and change. Adam Vinny, second time across, just improves time but not position. He's 11th quick in qualifying. Well, a little bit of a hiccup in the points calculator. Currently has Semmelman first in the points, but it isn't taking his drop week out. So he loses his 20-odd point lead, and he falls behind by about 31 or 32 points. Puts him in third. Ensley's 6th birthday. Yeah, you're right. It would have been. So Kevin Spaulding quickest in qualifying, and he pulled a rabbit out of his, well, I'm not sure where that came from, but good job, Mr. Spaulding. That's his second pole this season in the series. Has yet to score a win, but he will get to hang on to that pole position and start up front tonight. Wansing, Semmelman, Boyd, DeMoore, and Vinny will all move to the back. Everybody else is going to scooch up. And we're going to see if these guys in 75 laps who can drive themselves from where. But let's look at the official starting lineup as drivers start to make their way to pit road. Spaulding and Wansing scheduled to be on the front row, the 25 and the 5. Wansing has won 5 races in the B car and has not won yet in the trucks. He's finished second a couple of times. So we'll see if he can break through. Austin Semmelman, the 118. Brian Cross, the 78, scheduled in row 2. Your third row, the 21 of Garrett Boyd inside, and Austin DeMoore in the 7 on the out. Then Jay Schaff in the 14, and Scott King, Tiny Dancer, the 18 truck, outside row number 4. Brock Bigelow, the 27, row 5 inside, next to Brandon Steele in the 105. And you'll see the 64 of Adam Vinny, and the 204 of Ryan Kamba in row number 6. Mike Forstner in the 69, Larry Moody, the 73. They make up a row number 7. Our 8th row is the 32 of Tom Ossendorf and the 0 of John Fall. And then Michael Everett in the 8 and Doyle Lawrence in the 88 make up our final row for the starting grid. Like I said, the 5 in points at the top. And I'll give them to you in reverse order here. If I can get this thing to open. There it goes. It'll be Brock Bigelow, then Austin DeMoore, then Austin Semmelman, then Seth Wansing, and Adam Vinny will go out back Jack tonight. Points for qualifying. 6 for Spaulding, 5 for Wansing, 4 for Semmelman, 3 for Cross, and 2 for Boyd. No, that's not right. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, not 6, 5, 4. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the second time that Mr. Moody has picked up or I'm sorry, Mr. Spalding has picked up that 6-point bonus. So I think he might be the first driver to score 2 poles too. So we're going to pull drivers that got to go to the back. We'll keep the lights on. Pace car. Boyd doesn't have to go back there. Is that right? Where? There it is. No, Garrett Boyd is going to get to stay where he's at, and he's got a fast truck. He may be difficult to beat. He almost won this race back in the fall. Adam Vitti got him with about 15 or 18 to go. And eased away by about a second. So Brian Cross. And Cross should be in the 78, but he's in another 25 truck, which we don't mind the numbers being duplicated. We just usually like for it to be a 3-digit for the second guy, but that's okay. We'll try to remember that he is in what I think is Minnie Tyrell's truck. Guys, don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. You got a favorite driver? Shout them out. I'll call them out. Some of the drivers are paying attention. They are listening. They do respond if we get under caution every once in a while. So let them know you're paying attention. It is time to go green flag racing. Fitzz Automotive Services Truck Series presented by Midwest Barbecue. On Monday Night Thunder, green flag is in the air. We'll see what Mr. Spalding has to stay or get out front. They're through turn 1, through turn 2, and here comes a big run from Cross on the outside of turn 2. Spalding kind of tiptoeing it around, cold tires and all. That's going to give Brian Cross a chance to get out front. Looks like he's going to lead lap number 1. Does Boyd have enough momentum to pull alongside? I think he does. Boyd is going to try to grab second. Spalding drops back into third. There's Jersey. Move to the inside. Boyd drove the 21 truck down into the corner. He's going to get alongside. And he may have the lead coming out of 4. That momentum off the outside, though, so big. And a wiggle out of the 21 truck is going to keep him second for the time being. Let's go to the back. I saw a couple of big moves from our points guys. That's Vinny getting around Semmelman. They are 15-16. Wansing is right in front of that. And DeMoore has tiptoed his way out in front of them. There is Brock Bigelow, 5th in the points. He's now making a move to move himself into the top 10. Garrett Boyd now has the lead. Crossover move from Brian Cross. And Boyd through the corner, able to get the power down in the middle of the corner. Can he drive it off the exit and clear? Yeah, he'll get clear of Cross. Let's go back here because Bigelow and DeMoore are now side by side. Wansing, Vinny, and Semmelman, they're all still in the pack. Oh, car sideways. I know that was Moody. I don't know if Semmelman was in this or not. Let's go back. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Well, that was a light tap. For Semmelman. Moody doesn't have much damage. Let's see if Semmelman's truck looks okay. Yeah, he barely got the fence right there. So, caution coming out on lap number 4. That'll slow things down. We'll gather up the field. The running order: Boyd, Cross, Spalding, King, Steele, Schaff, Forstner, Kamba, Everett, Ostendorf. Then here come the 5 points leaders: Demore, Bigelow, Wansing. Lawrence is in the middle of that, in between Bigelow and Wansing. Then Vinny, Fall, Moody, and Semmelman going to go closer to the back. Adam Vinny into his pit stall. Shouldn't see a tire change. We should just see him throw a couple gallons of fuel in this thing, and he should be away. Wansing the same. Semmelman. And I don't know, they might be looking at something on that truck, but it looks like just fuel. Moody, he's going to put left sides on. And then John Fall also went in. So Moody will get whatever's going on with that truck squared away. It wasn't much. He just got turned. So he should be okay. On your end of Facebook, because I've got the YouTube up, and so far I haven't seen any of that. Let me look and see if there's any. Yeah, this shows our connection's 100. So we're going to get doubled up and get ready to go back with Boyd and Cross on the front row. They had a good battle to start things. Spalding and is that Tiny Dancer in 4th place? Look out. There's the 18 truck on the outside of row number 2 for the restart. Into the start zone. Green flag back in the air. Good evening, Deb. Kevin Spalding way down low trying to get the run on Cross. He had to wait on the truck too long, and Cross will get the run out. Brandon Steele taking over 4th from Scott King from that inside starting position in row 3. He's going to try to go after Spalding. That very bottom line, you got to wait so long for the truck. You can't put a lot of throttle in it because the truck will start to get free. There's a couple of do-gooders right side by side. And there's Forstner and Kamba battling, and Kamba's got the outside line. He's going to have the advantage at least for a little bit. Here comes Demore. He's got Wansing in tow. They're down the bottom. They're working around Everett and Ostendorf, and they'll take both of those spots away, put them in the top 10. Ostendorf around Everett, and here comes Bigelow to do the same. He's going to try to take the spot. Everett should have enough momentum out of 2 to hold him off right here. Till the tires come up to temperature, that outside line is a huge advantage. Adam Vinny went to the high side. He's going to try to get Bigelow right here. And Semmelman right back in this thing, and he's already putting pressure on these guys back here. There's Doyle Lawrence and John Fall. And they are right behind this, and Bigelow went from battling with Everett and passing Michael to losing his spot 3 times. A little loose for the 69 of Forstner, and he falls out of his battle and puts himself in 10th. He's right in front of these guys trying to charge forward. Boyd is out front, and he's clear by a quarter second. You can see him starting to get single file through most of the field. There's Jay Schaff. He's working alongside Scott King. He'll go to the bottom in 3 and 4, drift up to that second lane, and he'll take the spot away. You look behind that. Kamba's got company because Demore is there now. So is Wansing. Wansing went in topped up with fuel. It'll be close on fuel and tires. DeMoore just slow rolling the truck through the centers of the corner, and Wansing is right there just pacing him, looking for an opening to try to take spot away. Scott King's on the bottom, and Camba is making a move to go to the outside to try to take positions. Up front, it's about to get tight because Brandon Steele just got around Brian Cross. He is on a run. Oh, boy. Yeah, he overdrove the center of that corner big time. Got into the 21 and just about turned him around. Lost a little momentum, and Cross was able to get back alongside. They'll stay in a side-by-side battle. But Brian Cross is going to go get physical. I can tell you who won't like that. Driver 21. And Cross just moves him up the hill. Getting down into one. A little wide through the center of the corner. That'll get Boyd a good run off. He's going to elect to choose and stay behind right now. We're going to go back here again because DeMoore kind of stalled out when he got to Camba. Wansing is kind of right in behind him right there. And then Forstner sitting there in 9th, Vinny 10th, Ostendorf 11th, and Semmelman currently in 12th. Brock Bigelow has worked his way to 13th. He's right back in with the 5 that went to the back. Cross and Boyd have started to distance themselves, and I think it's because one is pushing on the other. And that time Boyd got a good cut to the inside, and he's going to beat Cross down here into turn 3. Ran him a little wide, a little payback. If you can do it, I'll do it. And Cross just kept his foot in it. This time Boyd will take line number 3 to the center and try to get the run on the exit a little loose. What a battle up front. Brandon Steele right there in the catbird seat watching it all. Jay Schaff got alongside Kevin Spaulding. No change at the front. Austin DeMoore now. Seth Wansing goes around on the high side, and Wansing's on a charge. He said in the interview that I had with him pre-race that he felt like he had a good piece. He felt like it was fast. He felt like he could maneuver it around a little bit. He was worried about a little bit of long run speed. So he may be trying to get everything he can early in every run, as he is going to work alongside 4th place Kevin Spaulding. Just didn't have enough momentum to get all the way there. That 5 truck hugging that line. Staying in that second lane. He's going to get good run up the front stretch here. Closer you get to the front, the tougher it is to pass cars. Boyd and Cross now have started to get away once again from Brandon Steele. As we complete lap number 22. I think Kevin Spaulding is closing in on the 105 of Steele, and he had to back up right before the entry to the corner. That let Wansing get a run. And they're starting to get jumbled up right here. 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This time Wansing. Good exit speed. And they're 3 wide up the front stretch, and Wansing is going to back out of that 3 wide deal. Kevin Spaulding real wide right there. Wansing to the middle. Can he cut underneath the 105 truck? Now he'll cut to the inside down here in turn 3. Battle at the front. Boyd and Cross again, and Boyd got the inside. And that time Boyd leads the lap by just a skosh. Wansing may have Steele here in 1 and 2. Jay Schaff trying to follow him through the opening on the bottom. Austin DeMoore is right there. Oh, DeMoore caught a little bit of the fence. Almost got Steele's right rear corner. It's going to cost him just a little bit of time, but Jay Schaff uses the break-in momentum to try to take the spot away, put himself fourth, and he's just not able to do it. He can't get clear, and the 2 on the high side may get him because DeMoore got a good run out of 2. Now he's trying to go to the outside of Brandon Steele. What a battle. And you can see from Brandon Steele back there starting to stack up pretty good. Adam Vinny is here working on Jay Schaff. That's going to be for 6th. Semmelman is battling with Forster for 8th and 9th, and he is on the outside right now. He should have a little momentum, and he'll take the spot away from the 69. Put him 8th, right behind the 64 of Vinny. Wansing has closed the gap. He is at Brian Cross's bumper. These guys enjoy about 1.5 seconds over the rest of the field. And DeMoore now has gotten around Steele. He moved to the inside, slides him a little in 3 and 4. And Austin DeMoore up to 4th. Well, hello, Ken. How are we this evening? So Forstner to 4. Steele is hanging on to 5th, but he has got Schaff and Vinny side by side, and one of the 2 is just looking for enough opening to get a nose alongside. And then Austin Semmelman has made his way up here. He's part of this group. Schaff wide in 1, overdrove the entry a little bit. Steele is very slow through the center of the corners, and he got a nice tap from Vinny, and it broke Vinny's momentum. Schaff was able to capitalize, get a good run on the outside. He passes Vinny. Now he's going after Steele. Side by side up the front stretch, and the momentum from the 105 is going to catapult him right back into position. This time Vinny takes it deep into 1 and 2 up alongside. Might be the move he needs to get by. Meanwhile, at the front, knock, knock, knock. Seth Wansing has made his way. 31 laps, and now he sits 2nd, right behind Garrett Boyd. They put about 0.7 of a second on Brian Cross. It's 1.2 seconds from Cross to DeMoore, and Vinny's just a tiny bit back from that, about a second. He got around Brandon Steele. Austin Semmelman is alongside Jay Schaff now. Brock Bigelow is in the middle of this. So the top 5 in points, showing why they are the top 5 in points. Steele he's using more than the racetrack. He was down on the apron there. Bigelow right alongside the 105. A little door contact as the 105 is having a hard time keeping it on the bottom. Kevin Spaulding a little free out of turn 4. Let's go back to the front because now Wansing is trying the high side, or the inside, I'm sorry, on Garrett Boyd, and he wasn't able to get it done. We're creeping in on halfway. We're about 3 laps shy. I know Wansing can make it. I don't know where Boyd is at on fuel. That caution probably gave him enough to get to lap 37 or 38. These are going to be a speed race tonight. It's just going to be 2 hard runs. Boyd doing everything he can to protect the inside. Not going to quite do it. Wansing got a little tight right there alongside and had to back up. Only got to make it one more full circuit, and then either one of them can pit. Boyd a little loose out of the corner. Wansing a little wide. Both had to back up. Vinny is on pit road. Brandon Steele on pit road as well. Adam Vinny sitting in the pit. Garrett Boyd hanging on out front, coming out of 2. And he's going to dive to pit road. Wansing with an extra lap or 2 of fuel is going to continue to run on. Jay Schaff also pitted on that pit stop, and I'm pretty sure Semmelman did. He was at the back. And caution! This is going to change the whole thing. Steele coming out of the pits. Oh, and he just goosed it up. Oh, and then it spun back the other way. It doesn't spin back the other way because Mike Forstner was coming. That changed the whole thing. Wansing and Schaff now are trapped outside on old tires. Semmelman as well. Scott King, Doyle Lawrence, John Fall. Wow. The guy in the catbird seat really became Garrett Boyd as he went in, was already on pit road when the caution came out, able to complete his stop and get out. Crazy how things work out. But there goes DeMoore. Schaff, Semmelman, King, Lawrence, Fall, Mike Forstner coming out of the pits. And everybody now has been to pit road at least once. So all these guys will wave around. And Wansing will keep the lead, able to pit under caution with no problems. Semmelman, Schaff, Forstner, King, and Lawrence as well. Brian Cross, the first truck. Behind them, Ian John Fall, 7th and 8th. Then DeMore, Bigelow, Boyd, Spalding, Ostendorf, Everett, Combo will all get the wave around. I say that. I think they'll get the wave around. Because they'll be in front of Wansing and Company. Crazy timing on that caution. The leader ducks off, goes to pit road, caution comes out within half a lap. Cold tires, and I'm pretty sure Bigelow, Boyd, DeMore, all coming up behind. They're going to be at the back of this thing. What happened to Adam Vinny? It looks like Adam Vinny has taken his truck to the garage for something. Well, we're going to get ready to go back to green. Wansing and Semmelman, green flags in the air. We're back underway. Lap number 42. It is a 33-lap run to the end. Wansing has enough speed. Caution! That's the 88 of Adola Ranch around. Just got loose. No one's going to hit him. He isn't going to hit anything. So it's going to shorten some things up. It's going to change very little in the running order. So caution number 3. You'll get that in this race is like a short track. It's a 1 mile paperclip oval, but it races like a short track. You're going to get that. Cold tires, trucks are loose. Can't get super aggressive. You got to wait till about lap 3 to really get aggressive with them. And when you're in traffic like that, sometimes you just cannot help yourself but get to that throttle just a little bit early. And you pay for it every single time. Way around truck looks like Michael Everett. And that will put 13 of them back on the lead lap. We are going to be at about 30 to go when we get to green. All right. Lights are off on the pace car already, so we'll restart with about 30 to go. Real quickly, while we got a second, a shout out to our friends at Secure Lift, Aaron and Mary Lee. Hope you guys are watching and enjoy the show. I saw Jersey in the chat. I know he's here, the boys at Beef O'Brady's. Steve Llewellyn at Edmund Trophy and Awards. I was in to see him last Thursday. Got a deal working. We'll see what comes out of it. We are ready to get back to green flag racing. Pace car is in. Swansing on the throttle, going to get a good start. That's going to put Semmelman and Schaff side by side for second. Tiny Dancer Scott King once again inside the top 5. He's got Brian Cross and Austin D'Amore lined up behind him. No longer. Brian Cross is going to pull to the inside. Whatever. Hate Windows. It's a stupid program. Cross got around Tiny Dancer. Tiny Dancer now the meat and the sandwich as Garrett Boyd looks to the, whoa, big shot in the left rear corner. I'm not sure if King was going to try to come low to get out of that. But Boyd had to check just a little bit. He had a good run. He was going to be up there at about 6th. Now he's 7th. And he'll just back up, regroup, and go back at him. The battle at the front's going to get hot because Semmelman does not want to waste any time. He wants to go get the lead away from Wansing. Wansing very good through the center. You saw the 5 truck just start to scooch away, and he pulled about a car length on the 118. The 118 makes most of it up down the backstretch. There, another big momentum swing. That time Semmelman went a little outside. The truck got just a little bit too free with him. Right there, Seth Wansing. You can just physically see. He just drives it off the corner right there. Lined up pretty near single file. Wansing, Semmelman, Schaff, Cross, D'Amore through 5. Boyd, Bigelow, King, Spalding, and Fall. Top 10. Lawrence 11th. Everett 12th. Kamba 13th. Forstner, Ossendorf, Steele, Vinny, and Moody are all out right now. D'Amore trying to pull alongside the 25 of Brian Cross, and he just didn't have enough momentum to keep his nose there. If he looks in his mirror, he'll see that bright yellow number 21 filling it up. Go back up front because Wansing and Semmelman about 5 car length gap over. Jay Schaff in 3rd. "24 laps remain. Wansing easing away very slowly from Semmelman. Jay Schaff still 3rd. Brian Cross is holding Austin D'Amore off in 4th, and Garrett Boyd is still sitting back there in 6th. Bigelow, it's a pretty good gap back to King, Spalding, Lawrence, then Fall and Everett. Kamba between those two. Kamba a lap down. He's open for another caution. Mike Forstner, a couple of laps down back here in 14th. He is a ways off the pace. Quarter second. 1st to 2nd, 2nd to 3rd. And it's about 4/10 back to Brian Cross in that 4th spot. D'Amore is still 5th, and he is having a hard time finding a way around the 25. Touch of the fence there, coming out of turn 4. Trying to pull the crossover. Went wide, cut it underneath. He's alongside. He's got his nose to the door. In on the bottom. D'Amore clears Cross that time. May not be over because Cross is trying to cross back underneath. He just didn't have enough momentum to get there. He'll have to fall in line. He's back to 5th. So 0.6 of a second from Demore to Schaff. So we're going to be inside 20 to go this time. Wansing trying to break through and get a truck win. He's been a bridesmaid 3 times. Just cannot find the winner circle in the truck. Came into the night 17 points out of the lead. Semmelman was 32 points out of the lead. Adam Vinny, tough qualifying night and an early exit, and this may shake that up. Next week coming in, we could have a new points leader. Might be the 5 truck. Could be the 118. We got 18 laps to get it decided. Garrett Boyd and Brock Bigelow, 6 and 7. Closing in on Brian Cross. Kevin Spalding, 8th, qualified on the pole. Scott King, Doyle Lawrence, through your top 10. Go back here, Michael Everett. Michael Everett in 12th, and Everett is about 11 seconds off the lead. Seth Wansing starting to open the gap. He's out to about half a second now. Jay Schaff going to have company in about 2 laps because Austin Demore is lurking. And there he closes it up about another half truck length. He is right there. He'll go wide in 3 and 4, try to cut down and get a straight line off. And he closed it up just a tiny bit, but the right rear broke free, late exit. Watch from the drone cam. Demore and Schaff. To the outside this time, not enough momentum, but he's a lot closer. He may be able to outbrake him here into turn 1. Schaff way out, the 4th lane. Demore in the 2nd lane. Schaff will have the run on the exit. Both drivers got a little loose, and that's going to keep Demore there. Wansing is starting to walk away. He is over 3/4 second, make it 8/10 now to Semmelman, and Semmelman has about the same gap back to that battle for 3rd. Best battle on the track is right here. 3 wide behind as soon as I say that. Bigelow was at Cross's door, and Boyd got alongside Bigelow on the very bottom. Bigelow has enough speed. He just can't set the run up in the right spot. Looks to the inside, and Cross is going to come down and really pinch the line down. Overdrove it a little, drifted up, and Bigelow is going to be able to get there now. Little contact. Bigelow through the middle, able to get the throttle into it, and now has to drive off. He clears Cross, and that lets Boyd get alongside. We've seen these two battle 3 times already today. Yeah, there was a little contact early, and I think the 21 hasn't forgotten any of that. And this time, Cross goes in and he turns him. And it was enough to bring out the caution. It was enough because there was traffic behind in the 21 truck. And I think all this started the lap before. We rewind this a ways. We're going to go all the way back here. Yeah, right here. A little early turn in from the 25, and the 21 was alongside. And these two had contact early in the race, and it lasted for a couple of laps. Yeah, he just drove it down in there and got in the left rear corner. Wasn't real happy about the contact on the front stretch, so it'll slow things down. It's going to give us a very short run to the end. Wansing's near second advantage wiped out. Michael Everett getting left side tires. He had a couple of tires left. He might pick up some spots. Ryan Kamba swinging around. He'll get back on the lead lap. He's in 13th spot. Mike Forstner, the last of the running trucks here, he is 14th. But right now it's about the two guys up front, second and third in the points. Fourth place is in fourth right now. And Bigelow is in fifth. He's fifth in the points. So a little shaky shake, a little, how do you get a good restart on old tires? Quick reminder before we go green again and get to the end of this thing tomorrow night. About 9:10 Eastern. We'll go live. Digital Sim Racing League. Timber Creek Homes of Southwest Florida. Stock Car Series presented by Beef O'Brady's. They're going to do 90 laps. 100 laps. I think they're going to do 100 laps at Chicago tomorrow night. And then about the same time, about 8:30 Eastern on a Wednesday, Midwest Truck Series gets back to action after a grueling race at Texas. But we've still got laps to complete here. We're in the start zone. Good start from the 5 truck. 7 laps to go. Can Semmelman hang on to second? Schaff getting aggressive right on the restart. Preferred momentum on the high side. Schaff slams the door on Demore for third place. Demore just pulls it down to the inside. He's going to try to outdrive him through turns 3 and 4. Good run. He's inching alongside. He may have this. Oh, little contact. This is going to be a crash. We just happen to be watching. They just got a little too tight right here up the front stretch. Little wiggle. 7 truck with a little wiggle. Left rear corner of the 14. So we're going to have a shootout. It's going to keep Wansing out front. Semmelman now Demore shows in third. Cross, Bigelow, Boyd. And there went Mike Forstner getting a lap back. Kevin Spalding, Scott King, Doyle Lawrence, John Fall is 10th. Then Everett, Kamba, Schaff back here in 13th. So just a short one, maybe 3 laps is all we're going to have to wrap this one up. We should be coming to 1 to go. And Wansing is going to choose the inside again. He's gotten great launches. I don't think it makes a whole lot of difference. It is. It's 3 laps. Laps 73, 74, and 75. So a real green-white checker. Still on irregular laps. We haven't even made it to overtime yet. 14 trucks still out here making laps. Pace car will get out of the way here right about the entrance. There you go. Into the start zone, and Wansing early. In the zone early. He's going to get a run. Semmelman got a good start. Now Cross is trying to get a good run on that high side, but DeMoore dives it in low under Semmelman. Going to be a white flag this time coming around. Semmelman has it. Takes second. Here comes Garrett Boyd to the inside. 3 wide for third. Boyd got loose. He'll pedal the truck. He'll fall out of it. DeMoore has it. Next flag ends it. Doesn't matter what color it is. Semmelman drove it deep into 1 and 2 and couldn't get the truck to turn to go under Wansing, and Wansing's just got to get through 3 and 4. Through the center, off the exit. Wansing's going to break through and finally win in the Truck Series. Seth Wansing picks up the win in New Hampshire. Semmelman, DeMoore, 2-3. Cross and Bigelow in the top 5. Boyd, Spalding, Lawrence, 8th. King, Fall, Schaff, 11th with a recovery. Everett, Kamba through 13. Mike Forstner was 15th. Tom Ossendorf, Brandon Steele, Adam Vinny, and Larry Moody rounded out the field. Get our graphic fixed up here real quick. Get ready to move our drivers around and try to talk to them. Having a hard time moving things here. We got to go all the way to the bottom and move him multiple times. There we go. Now let's get ready to talk to our top 3. And we'll grab the driver that comes home third tonight. Austin DeMoore, you got a copy?
I do.
All right, hard-fought third place. A lot of battling in there. You and Jay Schaff late in the race get together real quick. Tell me about that before we talk about the first part of the race.
It just felt like it was a racing deal. We were both running hard, and running for position, and it just close racing. It was tight racing all night.
Looked like everything was pretty tight. Trucks kind of came and went with free and then tight and different parts of the track at different times during the race. Early, it looked like the track super slick, but it looked like it tightened up quite a bit towards the end. Is that how it felt out there?
I felt like the first run before pit stops, the truck was really good. It wasn't tight, wasn't loose. It was neutral, and I could drive it in hard and get back to the gas a little early and get a good run off. That's where I was making most of my passes, was the first half. And then after pit stops, it seemed to tighten up a lot as the run went on.
Looked like a lot of guys, from the back came to the front pretty quick, and then that yellow flag right after the pit cycle kind of shuffled things around. You had to do it multiple times, passing the same truck. Sometimes not as easy the second time as it is the first.
Yeah, for sure. After being on pit road when the yellow came out, luckily I was still on the lead lap, and I still had to go around the pace car and start in the back and pass more trucks than I wanted to, but the truck was really good tonight. I can't really complain about that, besides it got a little tight at the end.
Well, an awesome run, man. You're going to come home third. It ain't going to hurt you in the points too bad. Give me some shout-outs and some thank yous, and we'll let you get ready to go for tomorrow night.
Just got to thank Team Phoenix, my teammates, the series sponsors, Fitzz Automotive, Midwest Barbecue Equipment, Rock Inc. Logistics, Edmund Trophy and Awards, Scott King Designs, the Digital Sports Network, and the Dirt Racing Network.
All right, man. Congrats on the run, and I will look forward to seeing you over in the B car at Chicago tomorrow night.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Austin D'Amore finishing in the third, and now let's move on to a guy. Thought he was going to get his nose there for a minute, but he comes up just a little short of getting it into the spot he needed it. Austin Semmelman, a good run from the back tonight.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, just way too tight to really do anything. I would have had to crash him to pass him, so didn't want to do that. It's just like I said, I couldn't turn in the middle of the corner, and the track was way different than what I tested on this week. So kind of caught me off guard, and I was too tight. So happy to finish where I did, but like to be one spot better.
Always like to be that one spot better, and it looked like kind of a weird deal. Everybody kind of starts pitting under green, and as soon as about half of you go in, we catch a caution. A lot of guys got trapped coming out of pit road at the tail end of the lead lap. You guys all had to pass everybody again.
Well, I didn't. I actually got lucky on that deal. Because I stayed out, and I didn't even know where I would even blend in, to be honest with you. I had no idea. I just seen trucks kind of everywhere, and we lined up, and I'm on the front row, so I don't know. Worked out for me, I guess, for once, but I'll take it.
Well, a solid run here tonight. Like you said, it looked like maybe truck kind of faded a little bit, and you weren't able to rotate the center there, but going to be good for the points. Couple 3 races left. Not on shaky ground now. It's going to be within just kind of a handful. Is there going to be a shift in the plan for the rest of the season?
No, my plan every week has been to win, and I haven't done it yet. So be cool to do that one of these few times. But just got to keep trying and try again next time.
All right, man. Shout-outs and thank yous before we let you go celebrate with your team.
Yeah, just John Fall and Scott King and them guys for running laps with me throughout the week, and all the series sponsors that help you out and help the series out. I'll be lying to you if I knew them all off the top of my head because I'm new here, but I know it's a lot to make this happen, so I appreciate it.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on the run, and I'll see you in just a few.
All right, thank you.
That is Austin Semmelman picking up a second-place finish here, and now we can talk to him not as a bridesmaid in the series. He finally breaks through and picks up the win. Seth Wansing, a drive from the back to the front. Once you got it there, you kind of parked it.
Yeah, this thing was a rocket ship. Kind of hated that the last caution came out, or the second to last caution came out, or third to last, whenever we were on that long run there. felt like I was starting to put a 2-3 second gap on the field, and we still had about 12 to go. So this thing was dead nails. Did everything I wanted it to do. Pretty smooth sailing. Um, and yeah, it was just a rocket ship. Would have liked to have gotten by Garrett there before the pit stops happened, but he did a really nice job playing defense there. And you know, I'm glad I stopped for fuel there because I was gonna run it to lap 45 and put fresh tires on it and kind of go from there. And caution came out and kind of I was still out there, so I didn't get caught by that. Came back out in the lead, had track position, didn't have to tear up the truck any more than I needed to, and then just took care of it in the early run there, and then kind of drove away. I just was taking it easy there the first 10 laps or so, just trying to keep the right sides on it, and then started to drive away there, and then had a couple restarts. Glad nobody had tires left. But yeah, I mean, pretty fun but uneventful night for me.
Well, you talked about the yellow flag there. Boyd keeps you behind him until about lap 38. He ducks off. You got about a half a lap, and the caution came out. A total shift in what your plan was at that point, yes?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to do a nice little burnout after this, but, you know, we could get 36 laps to a tank, and the caution came out on 39 coming to 40. So, or we enter pit road 39 coming to 40, and I was going to run it to 45 just to have about 5 or 6 laps of insurance there. But that didn't work out. I knew I had the fastest truck. I mean, I was all over Garrett. I am glad I almost entered both of our nights there. I forget what lap it was, but I was able to get the truck woed down. But yeah, that definitely changed what I wanted to do, especially early in the run after the caution was done. I loved the clean air, but I had to kind of learn clean air in that truck on the fly. I mean, it doesn't make a huge difference, especially when I was kind of the only one that ran all the way through the middle the whole race. Everybody else kind of migrated up. But, you know, complete clean air changes your truck no matter what. So it was a little bit of an adjustment early on. And I was just trying to take care of my stuff and hold Austin, Simmelman and the guys off behind me. And then it was kind of smooth sailing from there. But, yeah, it definitely changed up what I thought was going to be the strategy tonight.
Well, where did the speed come from tonight? Did you use a provided setup?
Yeah, and I had a crew chief that's pretty dang good. Put some tweaks on it, and big shout out to him. And big help. Like I said, I've said before, I have some guys that help me out. I just get into this thing and try to go fast and find the fastest way to cross the finish line first. So I know enough to be dangerous, but that's about it. So I would not have the speed that I have without the guys that help me, and especially the guy that tweaks on the setup, and very grateful for that.
All right, man. Well, you won this one on speed tonight. There was no other way to win it. So give me some shout-outs and thank yous before we let you get out of here, buddy.
I told you we'd get there at some point this season in both, Roger. I don't like being the fuel guy. I like being the speed guy. So we're getting there. But,
well, you got the speed from a good source, I got to tell you that. That guy likes to go fast, too.
Yes, he does. Digital Sim Sports Network, Dirt Racing Network, you and everybody there for the broadcast. Everybody watching at home, hello. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Fitzz is Automotive Service. Again, out of St. Louis. He's a KC guy. Big shout out to him. Midwest Barbecue Equipment. I know a thing or two about that guy that runs that company. He's pretty cool. Rockin' K Logistics. Same thing. Edmund Trophy and Awards. Scott King Designs. And then my personal ones, Midwest Barbecue. Rockin' K Logistics. Hooray Grills. Larry Moody for building a badass sim rig along with you and for your help, and everybody back at home watching, I hope they enjoyed the show, and we'll go to the Last Great Coliseum next week. I'm looking forward to that one.
It's going to be fun.
We're gonna have another fast hot ride.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one, man. Well, congrats on the run. Hang around for a few minutes, and we'll talk to everybody afterwards. But finally, in on speed. 3 races to go, man.
Yep, let's go try to get a championship.
There you go, buddy. Seth Wansing winning tonight, and he did it on speed. He's going to do a really nice burnout for us, so we'll watch him from up high. Oh, now don't stall it. Oh, and don't hit the fence. That's bad news. That's bad news, Seth. Bad juju. Awesome job by all the guys tonight. I cannot say how happy we are with this series here on the network and at DSRL. These guys do an amazing job. They get to come in and put what they want underneath the truck and try to make themselves fast tonight. Wansing found it all. And he got every bit of it. Got everything he could get out of that truck. So congratulations to him. Austin Simmelman with a great run, and Austin DeMoore as well. The Austin show. I can't wait for that to be a battle for the win one night with the Austin and Austin show, because it's coming. It's coming. I want to thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night and Wednesday. But thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed the show. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this without the awesome leagues giving us fantastic racing each and every night. Nothing for us to cover, so everybody on both sides of that deal gets a high five and a pat on the back. Until we see you again, peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down. Come back and see us as soon